These are really weird shots. Crazy! Crazy! Brain hurts. University entrance ceremony. Wait, what? Has time passed? What's happening? What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and today I'll be reacting to the Death Note episode 9. Now, I'm just so happy that in the last episode, L is getting close. He now has his eyes on Light, and that's a bigger step than anything he's done so far. He's actually looking at him and suspicious. Now, of course, we've already seen his kind of just weird behavior. He's a psychopath. He thinks he's being normal, but the thing is, no one is perfect, and that's the thing that L is picking up, which I'm just happy with. Now, I'm just really hoping that L narrows down on it and just kind of finds the evidence. We're only waiting for Light to slip up, and at that moment, L can strike, and he'll have evidence he needs to and basically prove that it's Light. But from the last episode, I know it's just going to be incredibly difficult because Light managed to continue using the Death Note while he was being watched. He already found it, and he hid the news thing in a packet of crisps. He has thrown that out now, so I'm assuming he's going to find some other way to keep doing it, which will be impressive to see. I'm just hoping that the longer this goes on, L won't give up and he will find Light slipping up eventually, because he's got to slip up eventually. The only way he's going to fail is if he fails himself. But yeah, other than that, the tone really shifted in the last episode, going from Naomi's whole arc where that was really painful to watch, and then just this very quirky, fun tone. It was really weird, but I think it was definitely refreshing considering what happened with Naomi. I'm curious to see if this will continue that or we'll start going back into a darker sort of sense of things. But I'm mainly curious just to see what's going on with Ryuk, since we know now that apples are basically a drug to him and he's had to go off them now, otherwise he would have given everything away. But yeah, as always, if you do enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe, as it really does help the channel to grow. If you do enjoy my content and you want to help support the channel, I do have a Patreon, the link will be in the description, of them uploading these videos and the full reaction a week in advance. If that's something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. With that said, let's just dive on in.
Are you sure about this? Ryuk? Yeah, I'm sure nobody's following you, okay?
Oh dear, okay, so Ryuk's still going through his thing.
I just flew out and checked a 100-meter radius around you and there was no one there. So yeah, for the last time, I'm sure, okay?
He's helping him. I don't like that he's helping him. You shouldn't be doing that.
You said so yourself. If it were really happening, they wouldn't announce their arrival. Instead, they'd come and investigate secretly.
He's helping. I don't like it.
Well then, I'll buy you some apples. Nice. Light, come on, hurry up.
And it's all for the apples. Now, is he gonna just twist back to normal?
Telling me that I can't even eat apples in the house anymore. It's not right.
Oh, and he snapped back. Okay.
I might actually write your name in my death note and kill you, just like that.
Really? Can he actually do that? That's interesting. Can he actually do that? I know. What were the rules again? He can write names in, and he can get the life. Ryuk could end up saving the day.
It seems my family couldn't have had any knowledge of them before they died.
I don't think there's any way he could have arranged their deaths without having seen the broadcast first.
He's still suspicious of Light, but he has to be careful because he's working with Light's dad.
Only managed to kill a purse snatcher and an embezzler using that trick with the potato chips.
And you're angry at that?
For them, we're guilty of much lesser crimes than my previous victim.
So that's a change.
But there's a chance I'll look even more suspicious if only these lesser criminals end up dying while I'm not receiving information.
Thinking of it again.
Remember, the identities of the criminals I either see on TV or while I'm online, regardless of the severity of their crimes.
Oh, L, please figure it out fast.
The death note I keep in my wallet to kill them at random times. Just like that.
Is going out at night a normal thing he does? Wouldn't that be suspicious? I need L to start doing things.
Our surveillance of the Kitamura and Yagami households has revealed nothing.
Great. Well, that was just what you're saying. I don't know. I
We
don't
will
know what
remove
to
the cameras
say.
and wiretaps.
No, don't remove them.
I only said that we were unable to reveal anything suspicious based on our surveillance.
He's still going. Excellent.
Even if Kira was among them, I'm sure he wouldn't make it obvious.
These are really weird shots. I'm honestly loving L. He's so weird. Like, he just keeps eating sweets. It's just, he's a fun character.
You believe that Kira is among one of those families?
There's a 5% chance.
And he ain't giving up on that 5%.
Kira never stopped killing people, even while the surveillance cameras were in place.
So either they're not them or they're just very smart. Who's the smartest one of them? Light.
You'd think that any human being would have shown at least some emotion, some sign that they were knowingly committing an act of murder.
Psychopath.
Kira couldn't be one of them. However, what if he is one of these people we've been watching?
He would be a psychopath.
So we have to assume that his psyche has reached godlike proportions, punishing evildoers without the slightest change of expression.
No, I wouldn't call that godlike. I would call that just psychopathic.
These aren't acts of God. Someone very childish and immature who wants to pretend they're God.
Yep, try and figure it out. Please figure it out. I love watching his thought process. It's brilliant.
I can't count on Kira making any mistakes. It doesn't matter how long we watch him, he's not going to expose himself to us.
Interesting. Okay, so you can't wait for Kira to make a mistake. You have to try and find a way to find them without them messing up.
And show me how he kills. Would that even be possible?
I love his eyes. It's just like a blank stare. It's supposed he gets no sleep, isn't it? It's just his, like, constant thought process going on. He's not even, like, registering what's going on around him.
All of them, every single one. Hello? Are you listening to me?
He's playing it safe. There might be new cameras, you don't know.
Oh, good point. We still don't know if they've removed all the wiretaps from the house.
It's just so smart.
This means I'm no longer a suspect. Everything's going as planned.
No, he thinks he's no longer a suspect? Awesome.
I'll have to use my father to find out Elle's true identity, and I'll eliminate him.
Oh, Ryuk, swan diving for the apple.
Kira will be one step closer to becoming the god of the new world.
Crazy! Crazy! Elle has got to get it soon, right? He's still thinking of light.
No, you don't need it, but good luck!
I really don't see why you two are making such a big deal out of this.
Just the exams that he's been preparing for. What happens after this? What can he do after the exams?
Well, it's nice to know that one cause of stress was resolved before my exam, and once I get into university, I'll have a lot more room to act as Kira.
No! Okay, no, he has plans.
I plan to get here 3 minutes before the test. I hate waiting. I'm here too early.
What? No, that's, again, psychopathic. Oh, this is giving me flashbacks. Hated exams. Ugh. Let me guess, he's already finished it, hasn't he? Is he gonna write in the death note now?
You there, student number 162. Sit properly in your chair.
Is that not you? Wait a minute. Weird feet again, and weirdly holding the pencil. Elle? What are you? Okay, no. Seen each other's faces. That's interesting. Your feet. Okay, big reveal. He's in the school. Why is his feet on the desk still? That seems odd. You're new. Light is a psychopath. He would know you're new. What? Brain hurts. Oh, back in the Shinigami realm. Haven't been here in a while.
It seems like a lot of Shinigami are observing the human world lately.
What? There's more in there?
He's a disgrace to the pride of the Shinigami. No, I'm talking about the human who's keeping Ryuk.
What are they discussing?
In that case, I think I'd better go take a closer look.
What? Wait. Are the Shinigamis gonna become a bigger thing at this? What's happening with them? Are they gonna do stuff? Like, what can they do? We know, do they all have the same powers as Ryuk, or are they different? I don't know. Ryuk has wings. Do any of them have wings? Like, what happens? Cherry Blossoms? Who's this in a suit and tie? Okay, that's you, dressed rather smartly today. University entrance ceremony. Wait, what? Has time passed? What's happening?
College student now. That's kind of exciting. I'm filled with joy.
Has there been a time jump? Wait, how many people have died since what? How quickly did they go from exams to this?
Freshman representative, Light Yagami.
Yes.
Ooh, wow.
I'm so lost.
Is that Hideki Ryuga, the pop idol?
That guy? There's no way he's got the brains to get into a school like Toho.
What? Pop idol? What?
He doesn't look anything like the real Hideki Ryuga.
Hideki Ryuga. I'm so lost.
I remember him from the exam center. He got into trouble for sitting oddly in his desk.
Okay, what's happening? Yep, just staring daggers at light. What's happening?
Highest on the test is supposed to give the speech, right? I guess both of them must have had the high score this year.
So, yeah, both are smart as each other. Yep, tracks.
It's hard to believe there are actually people like that.
I think I like the little one on the right.
I'm trying to hear what you're saying. It's just...
Weird Gyoko. Look at how he's dressed.
Yeah, everyone else is dressed in, like, suits and stuff. Elle is just... Elle.
These two are total opposites. This one looks like a sheltered genius who's been groomed for success his whole life.
There's such a great commentary on both of them.
As we embark on this new chapter in our lives...
There's something not right about him. He's just freaking weird.
Great description. Is that what it is? You have Light, who's the typical evil genius, where Elle is the crazy genius, mad genius.
Representative Hideki Ryuka.
And he's going by Hideki Ryuka. And that's a pop idol, so they said this. So it's a cover. I hope it better be a cover. No way he would go around just televising his true identity.
Light Yagami. Your father is Chief Soichiro Yagami of the NPA.
I've also been told he's 24, right? So how does this work?
You're planning to join the police agency when you graduate, and you've already got experience, seeing as you've helped the police solve a number of cases in the
I
past.
can't stand how he sits.
You're showing an interest in the Kira case. I'm impressed by your abilities and your sense of justice.
He's saying so much.
I have important information concerning the Kira investigation that I'd like to share with you.
This feels so sudden.
I wonder what this information actually is. I won't tell anyone. What is it?
What's happening? My mind feels fried.
I want to tell you I'm Al.
What?
Now you, huh?
If he really was L, he'd never admit to it.
This is a different direction I wasn't expecting. It could throw him off.
On the off chance that he really is L, I have to act how Soichiro Yagami's son, Light Yagami, would act in this situation.
Yep, not Kira.
No reason for him to be afraid.
Just the blank stare. It's so unnerving.
The reason I chose to reveal my identity to you is because I think you could be of some help to us on the Kira investigation.
What is Ryuk thinking? Because he can see, like, the name, right?
But you're just too perfect. If you are Kira, I can't think of anything that would put more pressure on you than this little scenario.
Yeah, it would do it, but is he gonna snap? I doubt it.
This guy really is L. No, even if he's not L, I can't do anything to him.
He's faltering. Because, like, would L even be, like, a good enough name? Because, what about last name?
If he were to die right after telling me who he was, it would only confirm their suspicions.
Yep, he has a trail.
Even if I get lucky and it isn't an alias, if I try to kill him by simply writing his name in the death,
The real idol could die?
accidentally picture the face of Ryuga the pop star, and end up killing him instead.
Oh, it's the guy from the TV thing that the sister was watching.
He'll know for a fact that I'm Kira.
You can't do anything. You're stuck. You're stuck. He's stuck.
Does he already suspect that I'm Kira? It's hard to say how much he knows, but I must be under suspicion.
This is insane. All this after a time jump. You pinned him.
Does this mean that he's still suspicious of the people that Ray Pembroke was investigating before he died? I still don't see why he would reveal himself to me directly.
Their thought processes are amazing. Light scrambling while L was thinking so clearly and just well.
Clear my mind.
But yeah, so now he's in university, so that happened. So how long is the gap there? How many people are dead? And where's the other Shinigami that was gonna come? There's so much that's now in my mind. What's happening?
You hear that? I think it's your new friend.
Nice meeting you.
No, the pleasure was mine.
And off you go. Very weird.
What an amazing car.
A limousine?
And this would confirm it, right?
I'm sure I'll see you on campus.
Yeah, take care.
Okay, yeah, I guess, 24-year-old can go to university, but he was doing the exams.
Plus, he's at the top of the class. Where's the justice?
This is Pinji. What can you do now? I mean, you can still use the Death Note to kill other people, but still, like, now you're very close to him. Hiding your eyes. He's so thrown off, isn't he? He's got to be thrown off. What's he going to do? Is he going to react? How's he going to react? Is he just going to start murdering a bunch of people? Or would he just laugh maniacally? I don't... Does he feel like he's gotten closer or more pinned?
Damn it! He got me!
He's angry, yes!
Damn, L! I've never been so humiliated in my life!
He's snapping, he's breaking.
Why don't you just do the Shinigami ideal? Then you should have no problem killing.
Don't you dare, no.
If I kill him and it turns out he's not really L, that would be like announcing to the real L that I am Kira!
Yep, paranoia.
Sorry.
You're even scaring Ryuk.
And humans killing people are the same thing because they're not. I want nothing more than to kill him. To do it's like asking to get caught.
It's brilliant, it's brilliant.
It's inconvenient. That's the flaw with the Death Note.
Light is usually so calm, but he snapped.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's so good. He's like El has done it. He's pinned him, so if he can't do much.
None of that will do me any good unless I know with 100% certainty that this guy is L.
And you can't know.
I never even considered the possibility that he would reveal his identity to me on purpose.
Yep, you failed. You made a mistake, and now it's gonna cost you.
For L, this strategy acts as a solid defense and it allows him to confront Kira directly.
So good, it's so good. What can he do now? I feel like Light's gonna do something. Light's gonna do something insane.
He'll keep trying to move in on me, playing the absent-minded genius, and we'll pretend like nothing's going on.
So you just have to play along. Is that your plan until you can think of something? So there's the family not hear this. He's just gone full-on maniacal.
On the surface we'll be two friendly classmates, but in reality, we'll actually be investigating each other.
Yep, and you're trying to find his name, his true name. Well, oh dear, this is just nuts.
And once you've told me what I want to know, there'll be no point keeping you alive, and I'll kill you.
The way this is built is insane. Episode 9, right? And they've just done a time skip, and done a time skip, and L has revealed himself. I'm gonna need time to process this, because this is nuts. The way these episodes have jumped, I thought, they kept getting closer and closer, and it kept feeling like it was well-paced, but also each episode, something bigger kept happening. This kind of just takes it. They have now met face to face. L has actually confirmed that he's L2, like technically confirmed. At least he's letting the possibility play in his mind. He's given him a face and kind of his name, and it's just such a big thing to do. I'm just lost. Like, I also love the time frame of this and just how long it's taking. I kind of figured that it would be over pretty quickly because of how big, as in like time-wise, the exams. It kind of felt like the exams were like the big thing that basically everything would conclude with. Nope. Light could easily just live on maybe 50 years, and then that's when he gets captured or found out. It feels like this could just keep going into his adulthood, past university, and I like that we got on a stepping stone here. Episode 9, he's finished college, I think, or high school or whatever it is, and now he's going to university, and I'm assuming he could even get through that and still keep his identity. I just love how this story is playing out. It's so good. I love how smart the writing is, because no way was I expecting that to happen there, where Elle was actually going to reveal himself so openly and actually present the possibility. It also traps Light incredibly well, and it also gives Light more opportunities and possibilities. It's just insane to think about. I just love this show and how it's so difficult to predict what can happen. Like next episode, I'm going to just try and think of what could happen. They're in university now. They're going to pretend to be friends while each other is investigating each other. Elle's goal is to figure out if Light really is Kira, to just see what he does, see if he's writing a lot during the day, maybe he even gets closer, they can go around each other's houses or whatever and just become friends. Then Elle can really keep his eyes on Kira for every second of the day. And of course, Light, on the other hand, has to wait and just see if this really is the real Elle and what they're actually investigating. He needs to find the right time to off him. Otherwise, it just sends up red flags, because other people will know that Elle is investigating Kira and he would have done this and expose himself to Light. And if he does die now, it would confirm the suspicion. So he has to just play it safe now. Then on the other side of that, you also have another Shinigami that's come down, or a bunch of them apparently that's come down, but one also that wants to check up on Ryuk. So don't know what's happening there. Like, is that a story part that I should be focusing in on? I feel like the main story is between Light and Elle, but now you have the whole Shinigami thing coming in there. And like, the story is so good because of how it plays with the fantasy elements in a very grounded thing. You have two people going against each other in a very realistic way, but also throwing in with the fantasy elements. It doesn't feel overwhelming, or it just feels like the balance is mainly more grounded with a touch of fantasy. Now it feels like the balance might be skewing a little bit, where it's going into more of the fantasy stuff with more Shinigami just being mentioned, going back to the Shinigami realm, seeing another one want to go to Earth to check up on Ryuk. It makes me very concerned over how big this could become. I think I'm just really happy to see Light finally snap and just see that start, because my mind is frazzled. Episode 9 out of 37, and Light has finally snapped. I'm glad that I don't have to wait long for this show. For things that I want to happen, I don't have to wait long, but it doesn't mean it ends. It's so good. Now, he truly is a psychopath, and I just love how Elle is able to get into his head. That's watching both of their thoughts play out here. Such a good parallel between them, with how Elle is considering that he could be this godlike figure or godlike mindset, and that is a mad genius approach. He's thinking of perspectives that are just regular people would think are just outlandish. Elle is considering it. Light, on the other hand, getting to hear his thought process is scrambling. It's paranoia. We get to hear him break. It's such a different sort of thing that we hear Elle going through. It's such a good way to show off these characters. They are the perfect match for each other. And then just hearing everyone else's commentary about them, saying how even visually their appearance, it contrasts. You have Light, who's this well put together sort of typical genius that seems to be just tailor-made for it, where you have Elle, who's just a scruffy, hunched over weirdo, who is the mad genius that doesn't care about physical opinion, it's just in the mind. He doesn't care what people think of him, he cares about what's going on in his head. Light's whole thing is that he cares about what people think of him, because that could expose him. So he has to put on this good figure, because he thinks that is what would be the least likely to suspect, being perfect. Honestly, if Light stopped being perfect, he could probably throw Elle off. That could be, but would Light ever consider that? I don't know. And then we have Ryuk, who's still helping Light, to my disappointment. But it's with the apples thing. So does that technically mean that Light can make Ryuk do what he wants? He seems like I have a good grasp on controlling Ryuk and making him do things through the apples. We now know that it at least causes physical discomfort for Ryuk, and to relieve that, Light supplies the apples. And there's not much Ryuk can do to stop that. But then there's two things that this kind of threw up with Ryuk. Ryuk threatened to write Light's name in the death note now just because he could. So does that mean Ryuk technically just could do that, or was he bluffing? I don't know. I don't know if he could be lying. I don't know. Because that opens up a huge possibility where if Light overplays his hand with Ryuk, he could just snap as well, and Ryuk could just end it. Then they also brought back the deal again, and that deal is going to happen. I feel like that's going to be either maybe halfway point or like at the end. The fact that it keeps coming up, it's going to happen at some point. Light increasingly gets cornered. He's going to do it. But he thinks it through so well. He needs to be pressured more so he can't think it through. There's got to be at some point where he just scrambles and is unable to consider another outcome, so he has to go through through with the deal out of fear and not actually think rationally. So the only thing that stopped him from doing it is if he does do it now and Elle dies, it would expose him. He can't do it yet. Only when he's sure that he is no longer a suspect would he accept the deal and then just do it. I think it's just healthy for my mind to consider each and every episode to be one step above the last, because that's what it feels like. It keeps blowing my mind how each and every turn something more insane and crazy happens that just continues to elevate the story and the stakes and just what is happening between the characters. Like here, they actually meet face to face and that is done. That was such a big deal in the build-up, and now it's just done. It feels like that the power that held within meeting face to face just dissipated, and I just love that shift of it. Like that was something that Light really wanted. He wanted to know Elle's face so he could just enact and just end him then. He wanted that. That would have tipped the scales. Now he's seen his face and there's nothing he can do. The exchange of power between the characters is done so incredibly well. So just looking at Light closely, after this episode, the power is no longer his. It was his for a while. I think when he ended Naomi, I think that was the point where he gained the power there. It felt like the power's up in the air a bit. Naomi's information could have tipped it towards Elle's favor, but then Light took care of it. The power shifted to him. He was in control at that point. Now it shifted back to Elle because he's made this very bold move. So it's when they make these bold choices, that's when the power shifts. Naomi's death, Elle's reveal. So now that Elle has the power, I have to assume that soon something's going to happen where Light will tip the balance again in his favor. But at what point is it gone too far? What point can it not be shifted back again? I think that's the thing that I'm struggling with, because it feels like each time it's gonna be too far. Elle revealing his face, that feels too far, but yet it still feels also that it can be utilized and it can be used to defeat Kira. Though I also really did enjoy seeing Light actually break here. Such a good depiction of just seeing his mental sort of capacity snap. His thought process was so well detailed and how, because he's always composing himself. That's the thing. He's trying to remain perfect 24/7. During the ceremony, he was just stiff as a board, just letting himself think, didn't wave a bit of emotion on his face, and just process the information. But inside, it was like it was on fire. And then him walking home, acting normal, going through his family, getting to his room, and then completely snapping. And there was yelling and just hands smashing on the desk. It's such a good depiction of what he himself thinks. He has to keep this facade of perfectness to remain hidden, when that's the exact thing that's keeping him a suspect. He is causing his own downfall, and it's a mistake. Right now he's making that mistake, so I'm just happy that that's happening. I think the detail in just how he breaks down is just done so well. Then Elle making this bold move where he's revealing himself. Honestly, it's such a good idea, and now it has pinned Kira. He can't do anything. If he were to kill him, it would expose him completely. There are other members of the task force. They would know what's happening. They would know what move Elle is making. At least I hope they know. We actually don't know if they know. That is an important thing. If they don't know and Elle's just done this because, that would be a bad move, but Elle's smart. He would have told the others to have a backup plan in place. But it's really cool that he's actually exposed himself like this. That's something Light hasn't done. Elle has put his neck out a great deal where he could die now. But he's so trusting that Kira has been put into a corner here that he can't kill him. It's given him so much room to work with. But it's also shown, it's raised the challenge now. Because that's another thing that's been happening between the characters. They keep raising the stakes for each other to try and, it's a game of chicken. They're seeing how far the other's willing to go. Now that Elle has actually risked his life here, will Light do the same? Because again, he's challenging him. He's saying, I've revealed myself, you could kill me at any instant. I have the power now, what are you gonna do? But of course it also backs Light into a corner, because if he does even try to do anything with this, it exposes him. He has trapped him so well in this state where he wants to do something, but knows he can't. And that's all he's gonna be able to think about. Then Ryuk's side of things, kind of just more weirdness from him. Getting the apple finally and just going back to, I guess, whatever's normal for him. I do wonder though if they can track that Light is continually buying apples, where are all the cores going? Ryuk is eating them. People don't really eat the cores and the stems. I mean, that could be something, but that seems odd. I feel like that could be used to capture him. I'm looking for literally anything. But yeah, Ryuk is continually helping Light now. Bit disappointing. But I guess they've shown that why it's happening at least. Light is using his intellect to realize that Ryuk needs apples and he can make Ryuk do things to get the apples. It's an exchange. He's not doing it out of the goodness of his heart or because he wants to, he's doing it because he has to. But then we also get a little bit of information with Ryuk threatening to write Light's name in the book, in his book. I would love it if that happened, because that would end the story very quick. It wouldn't be the best ending to the story, I think. However it's done, that could be a great ending, but also it would cut it very short. If Ryuk actually did that, it would be I guess, the easiest solution, and I feel like it could happen. Light could push Ryuk too far, and Ryuk could just do it. I feel like he could, but he hasn't angered Ryuk yet. He's only impressed him, done other things, but he hasn't angered Ryuk. When that happens, that could be the result. Ryuk could just end it. We haven't really seen a malicious side of Ryuk. He's not malicious. I wouldn't even say he's evil, he's just passive. We haven't seen like an eviler, darker side to him where he would lash out like that. So I don't even know what could cause him to do it. Then the time skip threw me a lot. So that's happened. The exams are here. I thought the exams would be almost a bigger thing. I don't know, it's still a big thing. I'm trying to process it. So the exams were there. I figured that would be another big point for the show. Maybe another sort of, I thought maybe it could be the final. That could be where things actually kick off. It's an exam, it's a time point. But no, they just brush past it. L is there, he takes them too. And then they time skip to university. Now I'm not sure how fast that works because it's set in Japan. I don't know how fast that works. It takes a while here. I finished my exams May and then got into university in October. So it's a good couple months that they've just skipped over here. That means people have died, the investigation has kept going. A time skip is a huge deal and it's completely thrown me. Because like, what's been happening during that? Has it just been sort of calm? There hasn't been really an elevation of stakes, or it could have just been like, it could have been over a week. The exams came in, they did them, they got the marks, off to university immediately. Don't quite know how that works in Japan. Or it could just be in the story, they could just make it super fast. I don't know what that time skip means. All it means is that it's happened. Something has happened there. They've jumped. Now Light has more freedom. I would assume this means, gotta have to wait and see. I would assume, going from my perspective of this, I'd assume Light is moving to dorms, meaning he has that more freedom that you talked about. Doesn't have to worry about his family. That could mean he's resetting up his workstations and stuff. Or he is still living at home, which would keep the Death Note in its sort of explosive case, whatever thing. But he said he has now more freedom. So that's the thing that's coming with this. That's the change that will be happening. So hopefully L will realize that there's a change in the pattern of how things are happening. Maybe more's happening, something's changed with Kira. That would be moving from high school to university. That could increase the chances of it being Light from 5% to maybe, I don't know, 10. Whatever the case, I'm assuming this is going to be the big part. Light gets that more freedom and he's going to use it. That's the change. And L will be able to pick up on it. Hopefully. He has the power now, so he has control and he can watch. Then the Shinigami side of things. We went back to the realm, like how I'm trying to figure out how important the Shinigami realm is. Is it just a side thing to explain Ryuk, or is it gonna actually have impact on this story? I feel like it could at this point. We've gone there a few times, just seeing it and just describing what Ryuk is doing, how they just seem, they're basically just talking about it. They think it's odd. That's it. We just see them playing their games in a rotting world. Now one, who seems kind of important, is going down to check on Ryuk. Would Light be able to see that one, or is it, no, because the Death Note is Ryuk's Death Note. I'm assuming the other Shinigami has his own Death Note, which Light would have to touch to then see that one. Like, could that end up meaning that he has two Death Notes? I don't know. I don't like the possibilities that this comes with. Whatever the case, there's another Shinigami coming. The story of the Shinigamis and the fantasy elements of this seem to be elevating, and I'm very curious to see where that does lead. What would happen if more we know that more Shinigamis have descended to the world after Ryuk. Does that mean there's more Death Notes, more things happening, and that just hasn't kicked off yet? And the parallels have to be the best part of this show. For me, some of the best stories I watch have great sort of dynamics between heroes and villains, because a villain's purpose is meant to challenge the hero, to lead them to something greater. This has got to be one of the best examples of that. Plus all the parallels in there that tie these two together to show off their differences but also their similarities. I think it's done so well because Light is the villain. He is the villain that you want to see defeated, while L is the actual hero here. He's trying to stop him. But you have so many good similarities between them where you could even argue that maybe they're not sort of like black and white. Like if L got the book, what would happen then? If L got the book, would it be the exact same scenario? And would Light try and find him because of how similar they are? If L was given this kind of power, would he have become just like Light? Because if you dwindle them down to just surface level stuff, they become sort of the same base character, geniuses. Then you add a few more stuff in there, which then builds them into still very similar characters, but branching off from the same route. Now, even though they are incredibly similar, they are still challenging each other and making them rise to new levels, making the story even more interesting and powerful. Like the way this grasps you and brings you into it is so much fun because you're watching Light, you want to see him fail, but you're also admiring him in a way because of how he's able to navigate the different challenges L is setting for him. And you're also watching L, seeing him be sort of the antagonist to Light, who is the protagonist in this, and you're seeing him struggle but also find different ways. It's such a great back and forth between the two. And then when they add the parallels in there between how they think, what people see in them, It just does something to your mind that makes you enjoy this even more. Watching two so equally matched characters go at it, because you really don't know who can win. Then as for what's next, I don't even know. I don't even know if it's worth predicting. I want to keep trying because this story is incredibly smart. The writing is so just good that I want to reach the point where I can predict it because I just find that fun. But right now they've gone into university. They're both there. That's something. So they're going to be investigating each other. That's the thing. But Elle is also going to make that difficult because he's going to try and get close to light. I think that's the basic stuff that's going to happen. But as for what twist will show up in the next episode, I don't know. And I don't know if I'm ready for it. Each one seems to be getting bigger and bigger. Maybe Light will find Elle's real name in the next episode. That could be something. Even if he gets that, he still can't act on it yet. So that's good, I guess. All I know is that the investigation will continue, and I know it's just going to feel a lot more tense knowing that they're both standing basically next to each other. They're in the same classes, and yet we'll know what's going on in their minds. That's what's so intriguing to me. Overall, I think this episode was just fantastic. Easily the best so far, I think. Just in the huge reveals, the time skipping, how it's bringing in more Shinigami things, and just watching Elle and Light go back and forth and actually do these bold moves. I think just watching the power switch between the two is just done incredibly well. It's so enjoyable to watch, and I can't wait to see what happens next. What will tip the balance next. But yeah, with that said, that does bring me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about this episode in the comments, and with that, I will see you in the next one for episode 10. See ya!